Are startups worth it? That's the question of the day. Are startups worth it? Well, being as such that this is a shoot from the hip, from the gut type of show, I suppose, the answer is yes and no. And I hate to take that particular line, but I think it must be explained. You see, for the average person, startups are totally not worth it. And the reason is because the average person isn't willing to grind and hustle. We're talking about 16-hour, 20-hour days for years. My first startup took 9 years to get acquired. And man, we're talking about 16 plus hour days for almost 10 years, guys. 10 years of my life. Now, I was willing to do it, but the average person, no, startups aren't worth it. No, they're not worth it at all because it's going to take a mental discipline, a mental fortitude. It's going to take a physical disposition to be able to take this type of suffering and this type of punishment for so long. I mean, you are stretching yourself to the absolute nth degree because when you run a startup, you have to do everything. You have to build it, you have to manage it, you have to lead it, you have to be the visionary, you have to sell it, you got to market it, you got to do every single job. And you got to do that for years. I mean, who wants to do that for years? It is mentally exhausting. It is a suffering that is absolutely beyond compare. And this is coming from a guy who has been building startups for over 2 decades now, right? So the short answer is, are startups worth it? No. No, because most of them fail. And so you're going to spend years. Most people don't even last months, but you're going to spend years grinding and hustling and just doing uncomfortable stuff all the time because you're stretching yourself all the time. Right. And the chances of you actually succeeding are really minuscule. Like it's really small. And so to the average person, are startups worth it? No. But for those that are willing to persevere, for those that are willing to hustle, for those that are willing to lay a brick every single day, build every single day, work every single day, nonstop for years. I mean, if you're willing to do that, then it's absolutely worth it because you end up building your dreams.